Hey, happy Friday to you. Welcome back to the Friday Funnies. You know, Sunday is the Chicago Marathon, a 26.2-mile race through the streets of Chicago, and it'll be won probably by somebody from Kenya. It's a beautiful event, and once again, I plan on participating. The race will last about 5 hours, and believe you me, that is a long time to watch it on TV. Last year, I injured myself when I fell off the couch reaching for my coffee. This year, to avoid further injuries, I'll be watching the race from a recliner. And to be on the same wavelength as the runners, I plan to have a big pasta dinner the night before. I have just returned this week from a vacation in the woods with my family. And by woods, I mean deep into the woods. We had a cabin hidden in the forest that was so remote I could only get one bar on my cell phone. And the internet was quite sketchy. I mean, we're talking about being cut off from the world, and I loved it. Peace, quiet, and tranquility are really nice things that we tend to overlook in our workaday world, and I plan to schedule more of them. But first, it's back to work on this week's Friday Funnies.
Please hang up and try again.
In Rwanda, a man who goes by the name of, this, but he pronounces it Favre. Anyhow, he's a beekeeper, and he's been taking care of bees for over 30 years, has never been stung. He earns money by selling the honey that the bees make. And to show off his attraction to bees, the man showed off his bee underpants. He tied a string to the queen bee, tied it around his waist, and then the other bees flocked to the queen and covered the man's extremities. He then walked around town showing off his bee undies. And this all sounds amazing, but I'll tell you, I don't think I want any honey from the bees that just swarmed on this guy's junk. I'm just saying. 2 Guinness World Records were set this week for oversized vegetables. In New Orleans, Jack Sweeney grew the world's tallest okra plant. It rose to a height of 16.4 feet, and he calls the plant Big Okra, but I think a better name for a record holder would be Okra Winfrey, huh? Meanwhile, a British gardener in Stoke-on-Trent grew a leek that was at 56.3 inches, and it was granted the Guinness record for the longest leek. Now, the man did not give his award winner a name, but I think a good one would be Take-A. So in this story, we have to, get ready, take a leak with Okra Winfrey. Thank you, and good night. Over in Switzerland, a high court ruled on a chocolate bunny crisis. Lindt is a well-known and respected chocolatier, and their foil-wrapped chocolate bunnies are in great demand under the name of Lindt's Easter Bunnies. But another chocolate maker named Lidl, L-I-D-L, produced look-alike bunnies, and the court said it was confusing to the public. So this week, the court ruled that Lidl must stop producing bunnies and destroy any in their inventory. Oh, the humanity. But let this be a warning to shoppers to make sure that the item they are purchasing is the real thing and not something with a slightly different spelling. That's how I wound up with a Rolex watch that was spelled R-O-L-E-C-K-S. Let the buyer beware. That's it for another week, my friends. Thank you for joining me. Please share these with all your friends. And if there's no questions from anyone, I will see you back here next Friday. Oh, by the way, make sure to listen to my podcast, Another Day Above Ground, available wherever you get your podcasts. See you next week.